tapped into a goal for the mirror. This moment led to not only my favorite fight in One Piece, but also one of my favorite fights in anime, not because of it being aesthetically pleasing or flashy, but because of the thematic and emotional depth this fight brought about. Usopp wasn't just fighting for the Going Merry, he was also fighting for himself. He was fighting to prove he had it in him. To defeat this insecurity he was plagued with, Usopp ends up losing the fight, but he fought with the heart of a warrior and gained all of my respect because of it. Seeing the crew interact because of this fight is something special as well. Once again, we have a moment where the crew seems to want to have Usopp back in the crew, but Zoro has to be the one to step up and speak directly to the captain. He tells Luffy that if Usopp doesn't apologize, he can't come back to the crew, and if he does let him back without apologizing, that he would be the one leaving. Stating that this is real life, Usopp made his choice. They're not playing the Pirates game. And because of this choice, Usopp had to grow in this arc. There are many beautiful things about Usopp's character, but there is something Oda has chosen to do that creates even more interest in him. There is an ongoing gag in One Piece that Usopp's lies seems to come true. This is poetic to his character because when we meet him, he's constantly lying to his mother and his village in hopes of convincing himself that his loneliness and tough life isn't as bad as it truly is. By having Usopp have lies that eventually come true, you're turning the very thing that was once sad and tragic into something that makes his character useful and important. Now, of course, this isn't a confirmed fact, and the gag could just be coincidence. However, I believe Oda allowing these things to come true can give Usopp more confidence and help him to become the brave warrior he wants to be. Speaking of brave, though, there's no other fight in the story for me that touches those themes more than Usopp versus Corona. This fight is in the middle of a very comedic heavy arc, and an arc that was a little slower, so you wouldn't expect great moments here. But to my surprise, there were so many classic moments in this arc. Usopp was not only fighting Corona, but himself in this fight. Corona uses the powers of her hollows to fight, but one of her strongest abilities was her negative hollows. There was a moment in which she tried to use them against Usopp, but they just wouldn't work. The thing is, Usopp wanted to defeat Corona badly. He had so many moments in which he wanted to be useful and protect his Nakama, but he was just lacking in power. This is something Usopp would end up nerfing himself with later on in the fight. He was mentally hindering himself. Negativity breeds even more, and it can directly affect your mental and in response your physical. Usopp started to feel inadequate, weak, and not good enough to help out his Nakama. This negativity ended up letting him win the fight in the end because he was so negative on himself that the negative powers would not affect him. Usopp started questioning himself internally because he was trying to find out how he was so brave during his lobby. He soon realizes that he was confident as Sniper King, and in a beautifully polarizing moment, we see Usopp say, "Help me, Sniper King." He was questioning himself and trying to find his identity, and yes, he started fighting with the Sniper King mask, but as the fight started picking up, he lost it. This is heavily themed to his character with Usopp defeating not only Corona, but defeating the weakest part of himself, the mental shackles that was keeping him from evolving. The Sniper King mask falling off as Usopp became confident in himself was a perfect depiction of him letting the secret identity go. He was mentally overcoming the mask that he used to hide behind. I think the most beautiful part of this fight is that the negativity Usopp gave himself in the beginning is what led to him being unaffected by the negative hollows. He was the first person to be unaffected by the negative hollows because of how negative he was towards himself, and he ends up turning all of this around to be confident and actually uses her own tactics of scaring to make her be easily defeated. This was not only one of my favorite moments for Usopp, but one of my favorite moments in One Piece as a whole. As you can see, these moments really describe my feelings and thoughts on Usopp as a character in the present. The chapter 758 of One Piece during the Dressrosa arc is what gave me hope for the future. During Usopp's fight with Sugar, we finally get a glimpse into what the future may hold for him. Usopp shows his progression in this moment. He knows what he's good at and what he needs to do. He's a support sniper, someone who fights at a long distance. Usopp finding his niche and what he's best at gives us so much hope for his growth during his journey to becoming a brave warrior. But what's truly interesting about his growth, though, is that he stays true to himself, and he does this all the while becoming stronger. In the process of doing this, he uses for the first time what seems to be observation hockey, which led to him getting a perfect shot at Sugar, and instead of just a physical projectile to harm Sugar, he used an attack that's very suitable to him, an attack very similar to how he defeated Corona in Fiddle Dark. He used a face of his that popped out and he scared her to her defeat. I can see the growth in him, and with the inclusion of observation hockey here, I definitely can see the potential for Usopp to become even more accustomed to battle. For a character who was deemed a coward, Usopp has consistently surpassed his limits and has overcome being afraid. But I want to talk about bravery here. See, bravery is something that's very subjective, and it varies person to person. Not every act of being brave has to be becoming very strong or being super tough. You can be brave by overcoming anything in your life. Say you're anxious about something. There's a lot of times in life I'm anxious about the smallest little things. And me just overcoming those hurdles is me being brave. It can be something as simple as somebody being afraid of the dark. If they sleep all night in the dark without any type of nightlight or any type of light at all, that's them being brave. So for Usopp, him becoming a brave warrior of the sea does not necessarily mean he has to be very strong. He can just overcome his cowardice. That is what's being brave for him, and I can't wait to see how he does this. I think the climax of him being brave is going to be him meeting his father Yasop, questioning him, finding out why he left, finding out why he chose his life at sea instead of being with his family. Yasop not being in the picture caused Usopp a lot of pain, and I think that their conversation is what's going to be the cherry on top and the journey of Usopp becoming the bravest warrior as he wants to be. There are so many ways to be brave in this world. Sometimes bravery involves laying down your life for something bigger than yourself or for someone else. Sometimes it involves giving up everything you have ever known or everyone you have ever loved for the sake of something greater. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it is nothing more than gritting your teeth through pain and the work of every day, the slow walk toward a better life. That is the sort of bravery I must have now. Veronica Raw. Thank you guys so much for watching this character analysis on Usopp, one of my favorite characters in One Piece. I worked really hard on this video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys can understand Usopp a little better because of it. And if there's anything you felt like I missed that you wanted to add, make sure you comment down below. Also, my Discord link is down there as well. Make sure you click that and join the Sensei Grand Feed server. And as always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy during these trying times. This has been Sensei Inc., and I will see you all in the next video.
Alright, man, let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, by the way, where are we at? 7 minutes? What's up, everybody? It's G Mr. Drew, here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowczewski Experience. Listening to this is gonna be episode 313. Sorry for the silent opening. I was listening to someone break down Usopp. If you were hearing, that's Sensei on YouTube. And, you know, just like I watch a bunch of One Piece, I was checking out, you know, his recent Usopp video. And I just got done listening to Ohara break down Sanji, so I was just listening to a Sanji video as well. So yeah, it's yeah, I was having a One Piece moment. I was all up into the One Piece, but I knew I was like holding off on streaming for a little too long. So I said, let me just start streaming. I'll just start drawing, you know, and I'll get to the intro when I can. So yeah, welcome. I'm getting some practice in with these new brushes. I mean, the ink hasn't even bled all the way into the brush tips yet. You can see how the tip is white. Yeah, so these are brand new. These are the same brushes that I've been using. These are like Pentel art brushes. And yeah, I just got a color pack. And because I've been using the black brush, and I've since then expanded to using the gray and red brush. And I mean, they work well, man. Like, I love these brushes. They're perfect. They're exactly what I need. And yeah, oh yeah, see, same thing with this one. Get more ink. Here's the thing, you don't want to oversaturate it with ink, so I'm kind of being a little, you know, not squeezing too much into it, just letting it bleed in. And yeah, just letting that work. Alright. There we go. So what was I saying? I was watching One Piece videos and all that stuff. Oh yeah, so I just got into listening to those, and um, yeah, I hope it's not that big a deal. Oh, this is a pretty dark. Uh, this is a pale orange color. I was like, I wonder if that'll work for skin tone. And it does. It's a nice skin tone color. But it is a little dark for Bayonetta. So this is like a tan Bayo. Alright. There we go. Yeah, once these colors start working, they'll look like this brush. This is the red brush that I've been using for the last few streams. And, you know, I'm still getting used to using them. But yeah, once they're properly wetted, they work. They work wonders. Oh yeah, so I ended the last video saying I had to go run and get the bacon, and yeah, the bacon burnt. I let it cook for too long. I had a candle burning so I could smell the candle, and not so much the bacon, so I knew once I started smelling it at the end of the stream, I was just like, oh no. I was just like, oh no, this is no buenas. Oh yeah, so I got a gray brush pen with the red one last week or a couple weeks ago, whatever it was. So here was a gray pen that I got, and it's kind of gray. It's still predominantly black. Like I used it here. It's this darker color, which is damn near black. It's not this lighter gray here. But it's still a little bit lighter than the black brush. So I have another gray here, and you can see it even says gray. Has a different coloring on the label here, so that's how I'll be able to differentiate between the dark gray and hopefully the lighter gray. We're about to find out what color that is, because the color of her sleeves is going to be gray. So yeah, it's it looks light. Looks light enough. We'll see once the ink fully bleeds into it. You know how saturated it'll be. go.
Let's see where we are on the map. Kind of go from there. I gotta get over.
So yeah, I've been on this Elden Ring fix for the last few days. That's why I haven't been streaming, or why I wasn't streaming. And yeah, man, that game looks super impressive. I have to admit, I wasn't aware. Well, I was aware of like Demon Souls when it came out, and Dark Souls. I remember G4 was still on airing on television when those games came out, the first games, and I still remember the commentary and why those games didn't sound like fun to me. Because anytime anybody talked about Demon Souls or Dark Souls back in the day, it was to talk about how difficult those games are. And not even to say like, oh, it's a difficult game, but to say it's an impossible game. Like the commentary was, you can't beat this game. This game is gonna beat you. Like you die off of one hit. No, you can't win. Like that was always the narrative when it came to those games. So it was like, well, why would anybody ever want to play that? Doesn't sound fun. So I don't know, man. It just never caught my attention because of that. I think I've said it before when I said, talking about Game of Thrones, just switching gears for a quick second, how Game of Thrones was the series that kind of showed me that European armor, the medieval times, Robin Hood-esque stuff, could actually look good, man. Because growing up and watching those movies, I was never into them. I never liked how they looked, like all that old-timey stuff, man. It just never caught my attention. So, um, so yeah, Dark Souls and Demon Souls, just looking at gameplay, like G4 coverage and all that other stuff, like to me it was just like, oh yeah, just another, medieval game with knights and all this stuff that just didn't catch my attention, man. Didn't look fun, didn't sound fun, and all that stuff. So I never really got involved with it, like at all. I had no interest in it. And it wasn't until Sekiro came out, because I'm into Japanese culture. I think that stuff looks good. I like how ninjas, look. I like samurais and how they look. I like how the armor looks. It looks a little more. Wait, let me adjust the camera here. It just looked better to me than like the European stuff. And so because Sekiro got my attention, I paid attention to that, and then it come to find out, oh, the developers or the makers of Sekiro are the ones who made Dark Souls and Demon Souls. And Sekiro, I watched a playthrough of it. It looked cool to me. I just watched it not knowing who the game makers were or anything like that. But I was like, oh, okay, definitely a difficult game. But whoever's playing it, whoever I was watching, like, seemed to enjoy it. So I was like, cool. And then the more I looked into Sekiro, the more I learned, like, oh, it's from the same developers as Demon Souls, Dark Souls. And then that's when those games got my attention. Yeah, I mean, it took a lot, and it went in a real roundabout way. but we got there. And then ever since then, I've been paying attention.
Yeah, let's talk about music. Is that what I heard? Uh, Carolina, as I'm playing this game, I think my favorite CD right now is probably, I'm not really a big rap music guy, but I do like the new Drake CD. Some people hate on him because they don't think he's
There we go.
real rap, whatever.
And so thanks to Sekiro and thanks to Game of Thrones, um, like I've slowly been opening up to, my last name Glowczewski. This is the Andrew Glowczewski experience. It goes without saying that I have that I'm Polish. I got Polish blood and all that, Polish ancestors, yada yada yada, from my dad's side, and I've slowly been kind of like looking into it and trying to embrace it a little bit more, embrace the there we go. And try to understand it, because I know how I can understand things because I really like Japanese culture, and I had to like teach myself about it in order to learn about it and learn to like it and things like that. So um just in recent years I've been teaching myself to love all that old European stuff, old European culture, and learning that it's more than just burlap sacks and kings with red capes. You know what I mean?
Good morning started, Wawa.
So,
I want to say welcome back. Still in the hunt. Let's see here.
so yeah,
But I'm
this Elden Ring game is my first time like being live and present with the gaming community. Um,
see what I think is funny is a lot of you are telling me
as far as like these From Software games goes. Now, I I would imagine not every gamer in the world loves these games, but it seems like the ones that I follow do. I got Rad Brad playing in the background. I'm watching an old rerun of Skyrim, his Skyrim playthrough, which is like 10 years old. Um, but I was watching his Elden Ring playthrough. Oh yeah, look at this ink hasn't bled all the way through yet either. Here we go.
I don't want to get ambushed.
So
Do I kill it? Or do I let it live?
so yeah, there was a lot to kind of like dive in on. I've since Sekiro went back and started learning about Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I could even tell you that when I started, I didn't know the difference. Like I would hear Demon Souls and I would be like, wait, isn't it Dark Souls? And then I would hear Dark Souls and I'd be like, wait, isn't it Demon Souls? Like, you know what I mean? Like the names are synonymous with one another to the point where, to a fault.
That's got death trap written all over it. I can't do that. Come on. I'm gonna have to take it easy. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, these brushes are going to be a little rough on this one just because they're just starting out. But whatever. It's all good.
That's a simple way of putting it, I guess. I want to break it down.
So yeah, I'm going back and I'm just rewatching these things, teaching myself and studying and learning it. You know what I mean? I'd say if anything in Europe ever caught my attention as far as like in similar to like the Japanese culture and everything like that when I was a kid looking into all that stuff. even starting with like Ninja Turtles, you know, they're ninjas. So like anytime I heard ninja, I'm like, ooh, ninjas, like the Ninja Turtles. What's up with that? Like, so I've slowly gone back to try to school myself on these things. And yeah, man, definitely enjoying it. And definitely starting to see, um, I think maybe what everyone else sees. You know, I'd say like people who are super into it are probably like LARPers, live action role play people, are probably like the community of people that are the most into like this old ancient European style, you know, type stuff. So obviously I'm like nowhere near something like that. But, you know, just getting into it for and looking at it as more than like, you know, old dirty smelly white people with dirty feet and, you know, no shoes because people didn't have shoes back then you learn like, oh no, they did. And they weren't just jester shoes and they didn't just wear burlap sacks, they actually had clothes. And, you know, this whole like this Bayonetta study is a study in fashion for me. And, you know, to want to study fashion is to study all of it. And it's like, yeah, man, even people who did wear burlap sacks, like they were tailored, or not tailored, but they were put together. They were put together, even if it was just a single seam of like sewing. But understanding like the differences between something that's tailored and then something that's just kind of thrown together, you know what I mean? That sort of tact and technology and all that other stuff like exists to this day. Just buying a regular plain old t-shirt from off the rack at a store, you know, is just anyone buying like just the basic thing and then going to like a seamstress and being like, hey, can you tailor this article of clothing to fit me better, is like a step up. And then going to someone who like measures all the dimensions to your body and then actually cutting a pattern and you know tailoring it to your specific dimensions would be like the ultimate thing. And all that fashion study, sorry, I'm probably all over the place. It's hard to keep a train of thought while, you know, trying to ink and draw and keep something going here. Um, at, I mean, at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to do better and to understand cultures better and things like that. Understand the things that I don't like and why I think I don't like them, and changing my thought from not liking them to just being like, you know, it obviously exists for a reason. Um, so to learn whether or not I can coexist with that or not, you know what I mean? And I've probably like from since childhood never gave that whole European culture thing a fair try. Just, you know, I guess from all the media that I've consumed about it, just never really sold me on it until Game of Thrones. And now, you know, Elden Ring is, like I said, is my first time being able to enjoy medium of that, you know, that sort of background and culture and community and things like that, live. You know, I'm not going back and watching old videos. I'm experiencing this thing for the first time along with, you know, the rest of the world. And it feels awesome.
Getting rocked right now.
So yeah, that I mean, in a nutshell, that's why I wasn't streaming for the last few days. It's just been really, you know, really fun watching those playthroughs, seeing the game. Not even just for the European stuff, but just like for the game itself. Like, you know, it's the first time I'm live catching a From Software game launch. So to even just be a part of that is hella dope. Damn. Yeah, so I like it, man. That gray is a lighter gray. So now I got, a light gray and a dark gray. So this is perfect. This is going to be, I feel like this is all going to work out nice. Hopefully these brushes turn me into a monster.
I'm serious. Oh, buddy. Alright, let's see here. Oh, yes. What is that? You know what? Let me drop some items really quick because I just saw we're on 303, which is not good. Still arrows, they don't weigh anything. The arrows are good. I gotta sell this stuff.
There we go.
I think a lot of this food is really, now what is it that is holding me down? It's this right here. This is where the problem is.
I was just chatting with my brother a couple days ago before I started watching this Brad playthrough because, like I said, it's 10 years old. Like, I always used to watch my brother play video games. So when he moved out, I didn't get to see him, and I would say Skyrim was about the time he moved out and moved on his own, and he played that game without me being able to sit there and watch him. I don't think he cares about something like that. But I asked him. I said, like, yo, what are your thoughts on Skyrim? And I know it was a random question for him out of the blue because it's an old ass game at this point. Definitely wouldn't expect me to be asking him about that, and he had good things to say about it. I can read verbatim what he said because I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, he actually gave like some decent thoughts. Let me see, where's he at? Great game, very replayable. Shit, I still play it now, and it's like 10 years old. That's what he had to say. And it was funny because I'm just not remembering. I hit him up on November 11th. Today is the 15th, so it was 4 days ago. And I was watching the Brad playthrough as we were texting, going back and forth. And I learned from the Brad playthrough. He was like, "Oh, it's so funny that this game came out on November 11th, 11/11, da 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 da," and I was like, "Wait, today's 11/11." It was literally the 10-year anniversary. I had no idea. It was just random, and my brother and I started talking about that. It was just like, "Yo, it's fucking crazy that today's the the 10th anniversary to this game, and we're just randomly talking about it. It was a cool moment. It's little things like that that always make me feel like, oh, maybe we were meant to be talking about it. And if I was meant to be talking about it, I'm definitely meant to watch this playthrough and learn about this game and all this other stuff, It's that weird woo-woo shit.
Use some pretty basic stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just want to pick it up.
So yeah, I'm just super excited about everything, about me opening myself up to studying and learning a whole new culture, especially one that would almost seem so obvious to be like, of course, everyone studies European stuff. They had all the shit. They had the knights, they had the kings, they had, everything that we all think about, or, everything that media is based off of and things like that. Um, and entertainment and all that stuff. At least a lot of it. So it's like, yeah, you think it'd be obvious, but yeah, that stuff never really caught my attention. Like I would go and I would watch the stuff, but never really gravitated towards it. Never really got me. And yeah, for it to actually have gotten me this time, or nowadays, I'm excited about it. I'm excited that I have like the ability to be open-minded at this stage.
Back is good. I did go to the doctor today. I kind of have a notion that it might be a kidney infection, something like that. Oh, what? I darn it. But it wasn't that. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me see if this goes to it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. First. Yes. She ready? Oh, yeah, she's ready.
Let me see. Let me get some proper. I wonder if this is gonna hurt.
That means the best experience with calls, texts, and data usage of any major carrier for new customers.
Just try to get some other skin tones in there.
Stand back there. Let me level up really quick. I don't think I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Level up. Stamina, maybe? My magic is pretty high. I'm gonna make my health a little higher.
So far, so good. Working with these brush markers isn't a complete tragedy. Thank you, Jungi, for introducing them to me. So one of the results that I'm hoping to gain from all these studies of like my newfound interest in the whole knights and princesses and maidens and ladies and da 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 da, all that stuff is like I said, this is a fashion study, so to finally look into learning about, oh yeah, that ink is starting to bubble, huh? Learning about there we go. Yeah, it's kind of. There we go.
All spells are more effective against undead. That would actually be really beneficial right now. Healing spells also restore stamina.
Learning the fashion of like armor and things like that. Like I said, I studied a lot of like samurai armor and things, and there's definitely like similarities and things like that. But like even the Japanese are really into like European culture. So a lot of like what they do and what they make up, and all those ideas kind of come from Europe and stuff like that. So it's almost an extension, like the study of this stuff is almost an extension of me loving to learn about Japanese culture. Uh-oh, did I? No, we're good. Yeah, that light blue, it might just be really that light.
I guess you can.
Ooh.
I know I'm not doing something right. I know it's alright. First increase. Look at over there. I don't know why it's acting goofy.
So I wonder what I want to do because this purple for this hair is super light. You know what I mean? Like if this was the purple I was using, and you can see it's like purple with this this kind of pink color. The purple that I have here, the dark purple even, is like the color of the light purple. So I'm like, damn, can I even?
Oh shit.
Wondering like how do I darken this up? I'm wondering if I want to use navy blue and or black or brown. Uh,
It's incredibly dark in here, so I'm gonna have to brighten the video if you
I don't know. We'll see.
Question is, how did he get down here?
Oh, duh. If I'm gonna use black.
Just the opposite way, I guess. I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of creepy.
Oh, but what was I talking about? Like researching the knights and the armor and all that stuff. Like all that stuff is gonna be so much more fun. Like I'm actually gonna be able to look forward to it. Like understanding the armor and its placements. Like cause when I see like other artists work on this stuff, of course it looks dope. But like for me, like because I never understood it, like where are the pieces coming from, where are the pieces going, like the anatomy of it all. Um, like I could never draw it properly. Um, so it's been a long time coming, me learning how to do all this stuff. I mean, even I used to play football for in high school. I wasn't any good or anything like that, but I did have like the uniform and the armor, and the pads and all that stuff. And even just looking at sports and the padding that they have, not just football, but like hockey and all that stuff, like the type of padding that sports have, and seeing like, oh yeah, it makes sense that it would be, you know, some sort of specific way. Like you have different pads for different sports because they're performing different actions, and the same thing happens with warriors and warrior classes and everything that they do. You know, different ones have different armors for different things, and you know now I can look at armor and kind of understand it a bit. So it's just interesting to me.
I already knew that was going to be easy. I think I just took some. Never have too many healing potions. I've learned that in this game. This is like whenever I want to chill
There
out,
we
this
go.
is like my zen game of play. I'm playing all these other games.
All right, let's see if that blue ink is ready. Ready or not? Because I don't know if it's really that light or if the ink was just, yeah, see, it's a little darker. Just,
Still here. As you wish, my friend.
there we go. Same thing with this one.
Well, that's lovely. Doesn't even matter what she does.
Fair enough. As you will, my friend. I will protect you with my life.
Our friend looked for
Okay.
research over there. Didn't really get a good look. A lot of pretty stuff over here. A lot of undead enemies. I'm not getting a little stressed out. Ah, shit. Just like that. That's exactly the kind of stress I'm talking about.
Yeah. Learning all that armor stuff is gonna be so nice. You know, it's like looking at the different classes. For instance, like in Elden Ring, there's like 6 or 7 different classes you could choose from for like a character type, and you know whatever powers you want them to have or stats you want them to have when you start off. And like, you know, when I was a kid back, you know, and I still played video games, and you had those options, it was like just pick the coolest looking guy, or pick the, you know, pick the one that looks like, you know, your regular knight, or the regular muscle guy, you know.
Yeah, that's my big problem with this game.
And then you'd have like the mage class, and I was like, well, don't pick the mage, he looks whack. Like he always looks like a dirty hobo or something.
From what I can tell, I got everything I need. I got the garnets.
And it's just like I never understood why you would have someone like look whack
Figure out how to do this puzzle.
on purpose. Like you're trying to sell this product, you're trying to sell this mage as like this thing.
I feel like there was something back here that I did not see.
And it's like, well, yeah, no one's gonna buy it because he looks whack. Especially like in this Elden Ring, dude. There's straight up a character who has like a rim around his neck, like a wooden rim around his neck.
Just like that.
But it's like the magic guy or something like that. Like he has like a friar's haircut from like, you know, the 1300s and shit, and a wheel around his neck, and he's wearing like a burlap sack, and it's just like no one who would pick this guy. But now it, you know,
Alright, this is a problem.
I'd be like, after I played all the other characters, I wouldn't put the game down. I'd be like, okay, now I'm gonna pick this whack looking fool, and then just start blazing motherfuckers up with all this magic power. And it's like, yeah, I look whack, you know, starting the game off, but at the end of the day, like, I'll light your ass up.
Oh yeah, I would definitely get trapped in there. But I'm about to go and save it, and I'll be right back.
So it's like just opening my mind up to all these concepts and ideas, and trying to understand like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess you could have a dope looking mage,
Shout.
But what would a dope looking mage look like? Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, I made it, but, okay.
Yeah, some of these inks are a little rough just because they're just still bleeding. They're just getting started.
Before moving. My goodness.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if this will mess this up or not. Hopefully it doesn't.
The wood door. Here.
I've never seen anything quite like that.
What is that?
There we go.
Alright. Fight on.
All right. Not bad. Not bad for the first attempt with these brushes. I'm kind of hitting a dilemma, you know, with financially what I want to do, because I was talking on the last stream how I want to get these paint markers, but for like, or, but I'm also like I want to get a camera so I can stream, you know, like a regular Twitch person with a camera on me, and then a camera on what I'm working on. That way, you know, we can do, you know, people can see me. People can be like, oh, he's actually a human being. Look at that. So I kind of been going back and forth with like, man, what the hell do I want to do? You know, I definitely want to do both of them, but it's like, which one do I want to do first? Like I just got these brush markers that you see me using on this stream. Like I just got these, and it, you know, I like the result. I like how it's going so far, and I have the idea to get the paint markers and making those work for me. Okay, yeah, this one's already nice. All right. So I'm like, man, do I want to buy the markers so that way I can just continue streaming like this and the shit'll look dope? Or do I want to get a camera because I know I've been needing one since I started streaming forever ago. How do I want to do this?
Is she yawning, really?
So yeah, right now, like in my Amazon shop cart, I have both of them sitting in there, and I'm like, I can't afford both of them. I can't afford either one of them, honestly. If I buy one, it'll set me back a month, and it's like, damn, Christmas is Christmas is in a month. So I couldn't possibly set myself back a month on the month of Christmas, could I?
I don't have time to search on these. Wait, did I search this already? I think there was a sword missing. Am I going in the right direction?
Or wait, isn't this what I want to do? There we go. And
Retrieve it. Why does it say X?
is that collar,
Alright, so basically just trying to escape this area now.
and
I'm still searching for it. Alright, let's go.
An entertainment subscriptions with your unlimited plan. That's 7 times the. That's 7 times the entertainment because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
Alright. I just want to say welcome back. I am disoriented. I have no idea what just happened. It's been a couple of days since I have played this game. I don't even remember what I was doing last time. I'm out of my mind. Wait, hang on, what the hell? Where are we? It is currently, what day is it? It's Friday. It's Black Friday. Alright, let me see. Stuff going up there. What am I doing? Okay, I see. Probably can fast travel at this point. Me, whoever took the horn. Show on the map. Fast travel, yes. You know, I don't know what I think. One day.
Sure. What do you want?
Wow. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Bingo, Thanksgiving.
I think I ate too much. Oh, look at the doggies. Hey. I'm a what? I kill it. I kill her and take her dog. Why is it not? Ah. Okay. Sleeping Giant Inn. Okay, for that.
You look like a traveler.
I don't remember what is some of the stores. Remember with Trader. I think. Oh wait, I gotta go back to that guy. I want to think I know where I'm going, but I don't.
okay.
You should come hear me play at the Sleeping Giant Inn.
I'm about to start. I wouldn't go on a county store right now, but I got company over. Now I'm gonna start yelling. That's gonna be some wild shit.
Wanna fight?
Oh, sorry.
You weapon away now. We got rooms and food, drink too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
What do you got for sale? Maybe I can sell some stuff. I mean,
Let's sate that appetite. Hmm?
oh damn. He's a food guy. I don't need that.
All right then.
guy that I gotta talk to?
I've been trained as a scholar, as was my father and my father's father before him.
Lugan's got a little bit of everything.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned.
You're that visitor.
Ragnar the Red. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to a white run from Oric's dead. And the braggart
What?
Here at the she's played as he told who that was the gold he had made.
What are you staring at?
But then he went flying.
Got any ale or mead?
He met the shield maiden Matilda who said,
Here, have it all.
yeah.
Go.
My favorite drink you like. Let's get some meat. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and breathe. It's what's wrong. Crashing and slashing steel as the break us with the judgment will seal.
Need a room? Talk to Delphine. There have been whispers. A boy up in Windham, named Bayonetta Saratino, been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Until next time.
Oh,
Hmm.
I've got your back. I am sworn to carry your burdens.
alright, so apparently she has plenty of room. So what I think I'll do is, I think I'm gonna just give her a bunch of stuff. Oh man. Give. And I give her one of those. So she will stay with me, so hopefully she doesn't leave me for another man. Oh, that would be silly. Okay, I think everything else is good. Yeah, alright.
Let's get going then.
Shit. Let's get going.
Okay, what are we doing?
I try to make these videos a little bit longer than all my other series, but given my internet and my laziness, I try my best. And I'm curious why it didn't update, because if you look, while it's freezing up, there we go. Show on the map. Don't show me where I'm at. Damn it. Okay. I just talked to somebody though. I swear I just talked to somebody here. Oh, wow. So what is it that... I don't need to talk to this guy. I just need to... It's here. It's gotta be in here. I mean, the dude, I don't know, he told me to go the other way, but I don't know. I'm gonna run back in here, start talking to other people. Hopefully, alright, there she is. Hang on, wait.
Keep your hand to yourself.
I'm gonna beat your ass, little kid. What are you doing?
Yeah, these brushes are still.
You're that
This
visitor.
is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned.
Well, if it's her,
Ragnar
then...
the Red. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red.
Well,
riding
you
to a
don't
white
have
run
that.
from Oric's dead.
You can have the one on the left.
And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of both battles
Yeah,
and
talk to her.
yet they.
We got rooms and food.
But
Drink
then
too.
he went quiet.
Anyone else in town? a room, talk to Delphine.
Okay, what, just sleep? You know? What is this? I don't need that. It's too much. I mean, I guess I just.
So you're the dragon boy I've been hearing so much about. I think it is.
Show the other side.
Follow me.
Okay. I thought it was there for a minute. It's right no more.
I'm just a cook, lad.
Follow her wherever she goes. Start eating bread. Oh yes.
Close the door. Now,
Oh wow. That was badass. So people are asking me to do the Dark Brotherhood thing, but I don't know where that's at. I got like some internet research on it.
the Greybeards seem to think you're the dragon boy. I hope they're right.
Oh yeah.
Surprise? I guess I'm getting pretty good at my harmless innkeeper act. I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure it wasn't a Thalmor trap. I am not your enemy. I already gave you the horn. I'm actually trying to help you. I just need you to hear me out. Like I said in my note, I've heard that you might be Dragonborn. I'm part of a group that's been looking for you. Well, someone like you, for a very long time. If you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you.
Ooh, do the dragon shout.
Oh gosh, she's gonna send me on a journey, do some wild shit. I just know it. That makes this funny, huh?
Can't you just go, oh,
Oh,
and then
all
like
that.
let her know? Like, yeah, I'm the dragon, homie.
I knew the Greybeards would send you there if they thought you were Dragonborn. They're nothing if not predictable. When you showed up here, I knew you were the one the Greybeards sent, and not some Thalmor plant. If you don't trust me, you were a fool to walk in there in the first place.
I mean, I guess just keep going.
Yes, we're very old enemies. And if my suspicions are correct, they might have something to do with the dragons you're swimming. But that isn't important right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn. We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. You're the only one that can kill a dragon permanently by devouring its soul. Can you do it? Can you devour a dragon's soul?
Uh-oh, no options. That's not your business. Yeah.
Good. And you'll have a chance to prove it to me soon enough. Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead, killed off centuries ago by my predecessors. Now something's happening to bring them back to life, and I need you to help me stop it.
Is Lydia's mouth moving? Just look over there at her when this other girl talks. I don't know if it's my eyes or I really am crazy.
A few years ago, I said almost the same thing to a colleague of mine. Well, it turned out he was right, and I was wrong.
They didn't do it then, but I swear to you, I'm not crazy.
I know they are. I visited their ancient burial mounds and found them empty. And I figured out where the next one will come back to life. We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon. If we succeed, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Yes, ma'am. Where we going, bitch?
Kind one. There's an ancient dragon burial near there. If we can get there before it happens, maybe we'll learn how to stop it.
All right, let's
Oh,
go.
dry ass
Hang
brush.
right
Come on.
here.
I can't wait around for you. to
Wake
get
up.
home. I'll meet you at Kingsville. Don't waste time getting there.
you go.
So I can just take all her shit. Alright, you guys ready? And shit.
That fella.
Get 'em all.
Let's get on the road to Hinesville.
Man, wait, I'm not done yet. Research, you know?
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red. He riding the white one from the glorious dead.
Oh. Hang on. I just got a brand new item. Pop's got a brand new bird. Wait, what's books? No? This? Where's Buster?
The braggart and swagger and easy to hold the both battles in gold he had made.
Right. Happy trails.
But then he went quiet on that red when he met the shield maiden Matilda who said,
Alright, guys, you can read this. I'm gonna do my usual. Alright. Let's, I'm gonna hit up the, shop. What's wrong with you?
soon the
Got a
king's
squirrel right
mashing and
there.
slashing his teeth as the brave lass Matilda Justin will see.
Alright, time to get going.
And the braggart named Ragnar was most
Hinesville is this way. We can travel together or split up and get there. Your choice.
Hang on, let me go shopping real quick. Goodness.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Can I sell? Yes. Alright, guys. Time to unload all this business. Hang on.
Yeah, now these things are super wet.
So why do I have this?
Have to use them for a bit until they
You know what?
balance out
Basket. Why do I
and just become another brush in my repertoire that I can use without having to worry about it being dry or too wet.
Okay, you go. Oh wow, that's quick. Vinegar has 0 gold. What? So I guess after a while he just doesn't or how about leave and come back if he
I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Metterhold.
wow. How much I guess that's the value. Frostbite, Fury, I think I already have that.
Alright, here we go.
Oh wow. That is badass. I gotta use that.
I gotta get back to cleaning the store.
And I'm excited. How much do I weigh now? Let's see. Oh, look at the chicken. I don't like it being dark, but here, I'm gonna fast forward for you guys. And the Besides, oh, he's vicious. My dude is pimping. Look at that shit. I hate that guy kind of ran out of gold. I don't know if you can go back and do some more. First off, let me see how long I gotta go. Let's see here. Oh god. Not discovered yet. Island stuff you can buy. You guys were talking about that. Fast travel there. Yes. Actually, let me see if this other is closer. Well, which one's closer? Is that part of the other quest? Yeah, let's go there. Now just go off the mountain, jump off. Let's do it. Oh! Dude is mad. That dude is so pissed. Alright. We return this to this guy. And the best.
you and what else?
This is gonna be a problem though, because going down this is gonna be a pain. I think I'm gonna fast travel in the other area, just so I don't kill myself going down the side of this mountain, just to be safe. Map. Okay, I see. So my current location is right there, but I don't know. This actually might be the best route. Alrighty. Welcome back. I'm gonna head out this way just because this is the trader area. There might be one around here, but I'm not gonna risk it.
Oh, this one's not bled through yet.
I mean, this is such a much easier way of going about this. I'm thinking of all the games this fall season. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that I might do like a review, like my personal review, because I actually have completed a lot of games, and a lot of people ask me which one your favorite, this one or that one, blah blah blah. And I don't know yet. Right now I'm currently enjoying this, yes. Wow. Oh man. Jesus. Where did it come from? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Can I go across the water? Hopefully not. I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that color.
Shit, look at it. Fuck. Ah.
Oh, come on.
I don't know, guys. There we go. How's that feel, bitch? Huh?
This color is not bleeding through
Always
yet.
forget about the wonders of dueling that shit down. You know, she does have like unlimited space. Or I wouldn't say unlimited. She has a lot of space, so wow, that's a lot of I don't know. When I get there, I was kind of guy.
Or die well.
Okay. Those of you who run faster, you don't have anything equipped. So that's kind of what I'm going by right now. I like how easy the big guy. Whatever. Wow, hang on, hang on. Oh, you know what? Hang on, let me try something really quick. It's my chance. No, what are you doing? Magic. Let's go to the hall. that, really. I could just say, fuck you, Fox. Oh, I have a magic hang on. Come on. It worked!
Oh yeah. Forget you and
Wish somebody would
you.
fuck with me now. Come on. That is sick. I feel like I'm about to fall off this cliff and die. Oh my god, that's a long way down. You know what? I'm gonna save it before I kill myself. Skipping that content? Yeah. Alright, we're back. Let's do this. Come on. Nice and easy. Okay. Is he still with me? What the fuck? Oh, what's he doing? Oh, damn. He's gone. It's probably like the rarest item in the world. I just left it there. You have no idea? Nobody knows. I would check to see how close I am to that, but I know I'm nowhere near. So you guys just gonna sit there and take it. I'm just messing with you. I love you all. It does kind of help me gauge what you'd like to see on my channel. As I'm making this video, I think Saints 3 is going strong. Serious Sam 3 is not doing well at all, but it is what it is. Win some, lose some. I'm just gonna kill that fox just so I can make it angry.
Yeah, this ink's bleeding heavy. The purple is. Oh well.
Alright. Here goes nothing. What's that noise? Like a rumbling sound? You hear that? Maybe it's getting close, I don't know. Like when I do get there though, I will I don't know if I'll keep playing or what. I think I'll chill for a little bit. Play some other games. So I can upload this and you can view it. While I'm playing the other stuff. I love the multitask, so I feel like this is some kind of I keep hearing a dark bass. Not dark bass, fuck Brad. A loud bass. I have no idea what it is. You're kind of nervous.
Whoops.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
I'm sure that,
Where did my scrap paper go? Oh
and
well.
can I revive it? You know what I'm saying?
Alright. Is that.
Alright, let me check my map. Oh wow, that is right there. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? No time to waste. What the hell is that?
Alright, yeah, I guess that's
I'll definitely need a different,
that will do. What are we at? 90 minutes on these? Makes sense.
I don't think that's enough.
Alright. Oh wait, didn't I want to do...
Oh, you know what?
Didn't I want to do something? I wanted to take up the top row at least, right? Okay. Let's make this a longer video. Why not?
Oh gosh.
Let's see. At least gotta maybe cut this in half. Maybe. There. Comes all the way down. Comes down.
I'm gonna get in the shop. Light damage to it, but I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Doritos is just 2 for $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
Why welcome back there? Didn't see you looking at me. I wonder if about the second dragon I killed, the third actually, if I can kill. That is a question. Health is good. So now I guess we'll stay in here. Shit.
Holy shit! Is that a dragon talking to him?
Alright, kill this guy. Two of them? Like, is that what actually we did? Circle back. He's gone. Lost your road. I'm gonna probably put these real quick.
of the last members of the Blades. A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer. For the last 200 years since the last dragon died, the Blades have been searching for a purpose. Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them.
Alright. What's our next move?
The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The theyll are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is. The faction that ruled the Aldmeri Dominion, the ones who almost destroyed the Empire during the Great War 30 years back. There's no worse enemy to humankind than time. The Empire barely survived the last war. The theyll don't intend to lose the next time. Before the Great War, the Blades helped the Empire against the theyll. Our Grandmaster saw them as the greatest threat to Talion. At the time, that was true. Maybe it still is. So we fought them in the shadows, all across Talion. We thought we were more than a match.
How do I get out of this whole conversation? So I gotta talk to actually, let me just level up really quick. Actually, I'm sick of it being perfect.
They are involved, but I'm not convinced.
So when just, I don't know what that sound is really. I'm making
The
crazy.
first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind it. Nothing solved. But my gut tells me we can't figure it out. The Empire had captured already. The war was basically over. And the dragon attacks, Ulfric escaped, and the war was out. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere. In the tournament, Skyrim has become the Empire. Who else do we see at the top? If we could get into Thalmos East, it's the center of their operations in Skyrim. Problem is that place is locked up tighter than Roman first. They could teach me a few things about them anyway. I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to put these together. Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long. Keep an eye on the sky. It's only going to get worse.
Well, let's see here. Riverwood.
I love how these people are like, oh, Dragonborn is back. Where are all these dragons coming from? Like dragons and Dragonborns are all come back all simultaneously.
This has been a long ride for me as far as
Like I'm pretty sure it's like linked. I don't know anything about this game, but I won't be surprised if it's like, oh yeah, the Dragonborn and the dragons come back simultaneously is like definitely linked to one another.
give her everything and I bought, but that was just, I don't need everything. For the bare necessities. Alright. Community. Might skip over a lot of the stuff. I don't know what let's see Riverwood really quick. Set destination. Fast travel. I guess I'll do that. This has kind of been bugging me for a while. Hang on, let me level up really quick. I love how you guys, I know some of you guys are just like, man, you can't be one or the other. Well, actually, I can do whatever I want. Turning into a mage, guys. It's happening. So I gotta figure out what I can do to increase some of this other stuff. So right now my destruction is really good, but let's see. She's squatting. Look at that. It's like a mirror image. Oh, she didn't jump with me. Oh, well.
Maybe God watch over your back. Whatever it be, my spirit is simple and strong.
Can I throw a watermelon? I'm not cabbage.
Have you heard? There's been another dragon attack. Kind scroll.
Didn't I just take care of that?
Think so. It's already mine.
I don't think you will follow. Come on, I have a plan.
Okay, I was like, what? So maybe, what's going on here? I wonder how many parts this series is going to be told. I think I'm already on part 20 something right now, and I'm not even like a quarter of the way
We
through.
got rooms and food.
It's going to be a
drinks,
long, guys.
I cook. Glowczewski tell.
All I know is I'm actually enjoying this game, so that's why I continue to do it. But I am looking to do some new stuff pretty soon. Like maybe Amnesia custom stories. I don't know yet.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor embassy.
That didn't take long at all.
I've been doing this a long time, remember? While the Thalmor have been looking for you, I've been watching them. The Thalmor ambassador, Elmore, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elmore's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Woodell. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Ski Bar. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elmore's favorite party. Meet me at the Solitude stables at the Range Street. Any questions?
No questions at all.
Sounds good. Be careful.
I'll start cutting conversations short. I don't like really sit through them sometimes just because they're pointless.
Yeah, ink is heavy on that one.
Start taking shit.
Alright, what am I doing?
See what this thing does. Disenchant. See, I don't want to disenchant anything. I don't like that. I can see why you would want to, but actually, I don't see why you would want to. Maybe to re-enchant with something else. I don't know. This is my bed. You cannot sleep in an old bed. Oh, I thought it's an old bed, and that's mine. Never mind. It didn't say anything to me, so hopefully that doesn't alarm people. This attack. Alright, let's roll. Alright, which direction are we gonna head? I guess we're gonna head, no. How much further am I gonna go with that? Let's see. Oh wow, it's a long way. Did you guys see that? Just let me show you this. Damn, it's well, fast travel there, and then I'm gonna hit the other spot. And welcome back. Did it get dark again? Alright. Works to increase one. I'm really all over the rails right now. I guess I'm just kind of leaning towards the magic side. How about that? I just want to see what some of this stuff does. Cast novice level. Huh. Most destruction spells will stagger an opponent when they don't cast. Now, when they say stagger an opponent, what does that guess that's another lead. Hang on. Something's not right. Alright. You know what? I didn't realize that. That's pretty awesome. How whenever you look up, that's what I was looking at. Whenever you look up, that's what it's doing. It's looking up into space. Oh, that's pretty badass. Oh, shit. Like, who the hell? I'm scared to go to this little bear claw right here. If that is a bear claw, I can't tell. To go the opposite direction. So I'm currently on the fence right now about starting a new series. I'm either thinking I kind of want to have like an ongoing thing where either like an amnesia type ordeal, or because there's so many custom stories that I can easily try something, and I'm sure it can work. But I'm also scared about starting another series if I do decide to do it, because Saints Row 3 is only got like a few parts left on that. Dead Rising it's almost over as well. And this one's just gonna keep going. I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon, so I hope you all are enjoying it. But I thought about starting Minecraft, as many people play that game. I've secretly been playing it for I have to say maybe shit, probably since like last year, honestly. I just never thought about posting videos. I'm gonna get a pipe smash. Try this. Oh, you took the sideways. It's badass. I was wondering if anything would change, or if it'd just be more damage to them. So, going in there. Starting an all-out war with people I don't know. That's how you get killed. That's how you get shanked, actually. Alright, what? Hang on. Current location. Did I really just go away from it? You know what? I would fast travel. That would be ridiculous. It's really not that far. I'm gonna just haul ass go back. I've already been talking, so I don't want to cut part of it out. So gotta stay with these moments. I think if anything interesting has been happening in my life besides the daily stress, it's freezing my Xbox. What is going on? There we go. It's the daily stress. It's been kind of getting to me lately. I've got kind of wrapped this semester. I was gonna get out of it alive, and it's just I gotta get it over with. It's just been stressing me out lately. And the job I go to like a few days out of the week, I go to this internship. It's a nice corporate job. It's really nice, but it's bad because I make more doing this than I would there. So I'm kind of off the fence right now. I can do these YouTube videos full time, which would be badass. I don't think I get sick of it because I've been doing this since April of 2010. I'm still not sick of it. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep sticking with it for now, and hopefully good things will just keep happening. I wonder if you can sure what the heck I was saying. I was too distracted by the little lightning bugs or whatever. I'm not sure where you guys live at, and girls. I'm sure how many females actually watch this. But it is freezing cold over here right now where I live. Currently in Atlanta. Holy shit. I don't know the best route to get up there. I really don't. I bet that's where I gotta go right up there. I don't know where you go. Yep, I gotta cross this and it's right up there. Alright. First things first, let's you know what? I'm gonna follow this guy. Seems like he's going in the same direction. It's not fast though.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
I'm not sure exactly if this is well. Yeah, just I guess I was curious because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go up the mountain on the side of there, maybe go up that side. I don't know. We shall see.
Man, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the dark blue of the whole bunch.
Yes.
It's quite light, actually. Oh well.
Shoot that. It's like a little anchor town right here. Little boating dock area. I like it.
You talk to Ed. Deja has no words for you.
Right. I'm gonna follow the side over here, and maybe we'll get some answers. If we get to the top of here, I have no idea what's up here. I just know that if I go around, it looks like it goes to that area. What the hell? I don't know what that was, but. Dang it. Oh yeah, I'm definitely close. Yeah, I saw something that looks just like this in downtown Atlanta the other day. Kind of remind me of The Walking Dead. Oh, speaking of that, I finally watched all of season 2 so far until the mid-season finale, and I watched it all in one day. This past Sunday, they did like a marathon for it, and I'm digging it. I don't know, it's just like season 1. I actually like it better than season 1. So far, I'm
Alright, so maybe for now, I could still
right now, so
use this joint. I'm surprised.
Keep your nose clean when
I think those inks are still,
yeah, I think that's
like
one of the
warming
best
up.
shows on TV right now. I have not seen any of season 6 of Dexter, and the reason behind that is because I like to let it build up, and then I like to watch them all at once, or most of them at once. So, anyways, enough of my turbo camera.
Eh. Let's call it at that, right? You know, just wanted to get the backside kind of done.
So what I was gonna tell you guys was that I actually recorded this. I feel like I'm screaming right now. Hang on, let me turn down my mic. That's better. Oh yeah.
You know, finish the top row, finished this series, gonna jump into the next one in the next video, which will be in a little bit. Take a little break, stretch my legs, refill my water. Candle's been burning for a few hours. I gotta probably go put that out. And yeah, man, I'll be back. We'll start a whole new one, which should be weird because this is the first time I'm starting a new one like in the middle. So it's like gonna be like a big body right here in the center of the page rather than like half and half, like a big one up top, big one on the bottom, and then kind of stretching it across. Yeah, so I don't know how this one's gonna work out. Maybe I draw. I don't know if like the next one I work on is gonna like take up the rest of the page, or if I'm gonna take a couple of the next, like maybe the next two and finish the rest of the page. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, that'll be coming up. Really liking these markers. I'm glad I made the decision. It was a good purchase. I mean, these things are, they're magical. They're Pentel art brushes. So, you know, check these out. Go get them if you're into that sort of thing. Get your practice on. Do all that. And yeah, I believe David Finch uses them as well as Youngji, whatever. I don't know how to say his name. I apologize. But yeah, they use them, so it kind of caught my attention. Since I'm always inking, now I have all these inks and brushes and you know, fine tips and hard tips and everything else like that. What I really like about these brushes is the range that you get. Like all the drawings that I'm doing, these studies and practices, they're really small. It's literally the size of a sticky note. I trace a sticky note, so there's 3 inches by 3 inch squares, and yeah, you know, so all these sketches are really small, but with these brushes, you get a good, decent range of like really thin and really thick, and that's what I always wanted, because as much as I like using you know, micro pens and things like that, because they always have that sharp edge and I never lose it. Sometimes I want to get that thick edge, and I don't want to have to put the cap on, set it down, pick up the other one, take the cap off, and then try to continue the flow of, you know, whatever I'm working on. Usually doesn't work out that way. So yeah, so these things are totally worth it. I like what David Finch does. He busts out with the micro pen and the brush pen, and he has a good combination of how he does those. So yeah, maybe one day I'll be doing that as well. Since yeah, it's right there. It's on par with how I work already. Anyways, yeah, this is cool. End of this video. Gonna start a new design next. And yeah, let's see how it goes, man. I'm G Mr. Drew at G Mr. Drew on all socials. Links are in bio, along with my website, gmrdrew.art. You know, check all that stuff out. Contact me through there if you want. And yeah, man. Other than that, man, just if you make it this far, thank you for watching. Love y'all. Peace.